Hello everyone and welcome back to Pros and Soup. My name is Maddie, I'm a 23-year-old mom and I work full-time in corporate America. And today I want to talk a little bit about how cozy hobbies have helped me maintain a work-life balance. It can be really hard to maintain a work-life balance, especially if you're working from home or you have a hybrid job where your lines between work and your personal life and your personal space can become very, very blurred. And this can lead to things like burnout, feeling overstimulated, feeling tired of your job when you really need to not feel tired of your job. And cozy hobbies are a great way to help maintain a personal life that feels fulfilling and comfortable and really just help us find some comfort in just our day-to-day lives. So there's lots of videos on YouTube about different cozy hobbies you can try, and I absolutely love those. I actually have a couple creators that I always recommend in the description box. One particularly being Cozy K or Kennedy. She makes absolutely wonderful cozy lifestyle content that I 10 out of 10 recommend. But today I want to talk more about how do you fit these cozy hobbies into your day-to-day life, especially if you have a busy work schedule and it feels impossible to just keep up with everything. I've tried the method of penciling cozy hobbies into my schedule, blocking out time for them, and personally it doesn't really help me too much. I have a hard time sticking to like a timetable type schedule like that, especially for things that I know are not technically required to be done. I'll always end up doing laundry or something instead of the cozy hobby. Personally, I'm neurodivergent, so I've had to play around with a lot of different methods of figuring out what does work for me, and I definitely recommend that for you whether you're neurodivergent or not. Because everybody's different, everybody's brain is different, and everybody's method of sneaking these comforting little bits of life into our day-to-day life is going to be different. First thing are what I like to call micro cozy hobbies, and these are things that you can do in like 5 to 10 minutes throughout your day. A few examples for me personally are things like coloring. Of course, it's not going to be a complete page in 5 to 10 minutes, but I can still color and get some enjoyment out of that when I have a free minute. Also, word searches. I absolutely love doing word searches. I find that they are so comforting and so simple. All you have to do is find a word on a page and turn your brain off otherwise, and so it's really, really great for those moments of the day where you kind of just need to like reset a little bit. Another thing I really am a huge proponent of is mobile games, and of course I don't mean play mobile games for 20 hours a day, that's not very healthy, but mobile games just in general can be fun to have in those down moments to open your phone, play a comforting and familiar game just for a few minutes just to get a break throughout the day. And here are a few games that I personally really like. This video is not sponsored in any way, but I really like playing Harry Potter Puzzles and Spells. It's kind of like Bejeweled and those, or Candy Crush, like those types of games, but it's Harry Potter themed and it's so much more fun because of it. Another game that I really like is this merge game called Travel Town, and if you like merge games, I also recommend Love and Pies, which you may have actually seen YouTubers be sponsored by them. I've been noticing that more and more. But Love and Pies is another really fun merge game because you merge items, but then you also get like this mystery storyline and this romance storyline alongside it, which is really fun. And the idea with those micro cozy hobbies is to just do them where they fit, whether that means you're in the bathroom or you're waiting in line, maybe you're on an elevator, maybe you have like an extra 5 minutes of your lunch break that you're not really sure what to do with. This is when you would break out those extra micro cozy hobbies. So the second thing for me, it doesn't really work to schedule in the cozy hobbies, but it does work to add them to my to-do list. So I have a daily to-do list in Notion called my daily do's, which has things like take my medication, do my postpartum exercises because I'm 4 months postpartum, and other things like that. But then it also has a couple of little sneaky hobby ones like reading and gratitude journaling, which I do consider gratitude journaling somewhat of a hobby, just journaling in general. And I find that incorporating it into my little short daily to-do checklist really helps me remember, first of all, remember to engage in those things because they help me feel better on my day-to-day. But also it makes me feel like, oh, like I'm accomplishing something, and I'm more motivated to invest my time in those things when I do have the time, or to figure out a way to make time. So I don't have a spare hour every day to read a book, but sometimes I can get 10 minutes in, and 10 minutes might be, half of a chapter or a chapter of a book. And, if you do that every day, you're finishing books, you're reading books, and you're enjoying yourself while doing it because it's not stressful. I think that's another thing, is put these on your to-do list with the expectation that they're there to help you, not to hinder you. If you're having a really busy day and you cannot open Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, that's okay. There to be a reminder and there to be an encouragement, but you're not going to be able to complete everything every single day. And I think that's just important to remember about to-do lists in general. Third thing is I try to convert screen time to cozy hobby time as much as is possible. This is not easy to do, especially being in online communities and content creation. It can be really easy for me to use all my free time up being on my phone, whether that is for productive reasons or not. So sometimes I try to convert that screen time to like mobile game time if I'm going to be on my phone, instead of like constantly spinning my wheels and working in the background. I also make sure that I have a daily focus on my phone that makes sure I don't get any work email notifications after a certain time either, and I would highly recommend doing that. But I've been actively trying to consciously think, okay, I have been on my phone a lot right now. What could I be doing instead that might be more fulfilling? And I kind of have like a list of things that I like want to go to. So these things for me are reading a book, knitting or crocheting while watching a show or listening to an audiobook, or my husband and I have been playing board games a lot, and like virtual board games too. So sometimes, we'll both be like hanging out, sitting on our phones, and we're like, we could be playing a virtual board game right now, so let's go play Terraforming Mars. And just trying to have and gain a sort of awareness of where that after work time is going, and if you can change any of it to be for cozy hobbies. I know that sounds obvious. I think sometimes in our strive to be productive, to be organized, we end up spending more time on our phones than we realize. And there is such thing as good screen time. I am not advocating against screen time, but I think sometimes we can fit in more of our hobbies than we think we can if we just kind of assess where that time is truly going. The fourth thing is take up audiobooks. I don't know why it took me so long to become an audiobook listener, but I just started a couple months ago and I realized how nice it is. I am all for being mindful and using things like chores, laundry, dishes, showering as a space and a time to be mindful and just be present and let it be quiet, and I think that that is so important. But I also think there's value in sometimes listening to an audiobook. You're getting to pair something you have to do with something that you want to do, and that's pretty cool. There are lots of places to do audiobooks and listen to them. There's a lot of free ones on YouTube actually, but what I personally use is Spotify, just because 15 hours of audiobooks are included in the premium plan now. If it's possible for you to get up a little bit earlier, if you already get up really early, then this might not be for you, but if it's possible for you to get up 20 to 30, 45 minutes before you actually have to get ready for your day, this is a wonderful time to engage in some hobbies. I personally love early morning reading, or even like early morning laundry folding while I listen to my audiobook, or journaling, or creative writing. I have really clear mind in the morning for creative writing. It can add a little bit of time into your day, but of course it is not worth the expense of like sleep deprivation or anything like that. So take that one, assess if it actually would be good for you and your lifestyle, but that is something that you can do. Make the most of your lunch breaks. You have to listen to your body and see how you feel. If you need to rest, rest. Make sure you eat, first of all, but lunch breaks can be a really good time to sneak in some cozy hobbies, reading, audiobooks, watching your favorite show, getting a few rows in on your knitting project. Lunch can be a really good time to recharge. For example, today I played Beat Saber at lunch because it was going to be a way to move my body and have a little bit of fun. So really think about the ways you can maximize your lunch break, and if you have to stay like on campus for your job during your lunch break, that might look differently for you. There are so many things today that we have on our phones, like mobile games and audiobooks and ebooks and YouTube videos that we've been wanting to watch, and just really give yourself permission to lean into your lunch break and use it as a true break, not continue working through it. So those are my ways that I maintain a bit of work-life balance using cozy hobbies, and I hope that something in this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions from yourself, please leave them in the comment section. I really want this to be a community where we can talk books and we can talk hobbies and we can talk games, but that we can also really just be there for each other and be a positive community to support each other. That's it for this video. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'm also going to be making videos about books, crafting, and games. Those are my main three pillars pillars of content. So hopefully that interests you, and if it does, I'd love for you to subscribe or thumbs up this video. But if not, at the very least, thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Maddie. This has been Pros and Soup. Find me on the socials below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.